Georgia, Ms. McBath.
Thank you so much, Chairman Wahlberg. Thank you to our witnesses that are here today. I have read your testimonies. Thank you to Ranking Member Scott, and thank you so very, very much, Dr. Shearholz. I'd like to ask you, is there anything that you would like to say in response to my colleagues' comments to you across the floor? Is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, the federal workforce is tiny, and I gave the benchmark for what I mean by tiny, and it is from Bureau of Labor Statistics data, including the Postal Service workers. The federal workforce makes up less than 2% of all payroll workers in this country. So it is just the idea that we're attacking this already extremely strapped workforce, it just doesn't make any sense.
Okay, thank you. Well, I would like to say that instead of taking action to address the cost of living crisis in this country, Republicans are trying to distract the American people from their plans to put Americans out of work, increase their taxes, and cut programs like SNAP and Medicare and Medicaid. Since taking office a little over a month ago, President Trump and Republicans in Congress have only made life more chaotic, more expensive, and more dangerous. President Trump's hand-picked Postmaster General just announced plans to resign after his proposed changes caused major delays and destroyed the American people's trust and confidence in the post office. They have pardoned and released violent felons and rabid anti-Semites back onto our streets, criminals that attacked police and were directly involved in the death of an officer who once protected the building that we sit in today, Brian Sicknick. They forced the head of the Federal Aviation Administration to resign, and just 10 days later, we had the deadliest air disaster in this country in almost 25 years. While this administration promised to bring down the cost of eggs, prices continue to skyrocket. Waffle House and Denny's have added a new surcharge on eggs, and instead of doing anything about it, the Trump administration chose to fire 10% of the staff at the Centers for Disease Control, which is in my home state of Georgia. They chose to fire doctors and researchers at the CDC, the National Institutes of Health, and the FDA, the very people who are directly involved with responding to outbreaks like bird flu. Time and time again, they say one thing, but they do another. And it's the American people who are paying the price at the grocery store, as well as with their lives. The American people deserve better. They deserve a government that is truly representative of their needs, not the wants and the needs of Elon Musk. If you really want to unleash America's workforce at this hearing that is entitled, give workers paid family leave. Let's make sure that they can take paid time off to have a child or to take care of an aging loved one or parent. Let's ensure that every American can have access to the skills that they need to get a good job that they can raise a family on without going into a lifetime of debt. We could reauthorize WIOA, update our federal job training programs, and finish the bipartisan work that former Chairwoman Fox, Ranking Member Scott, and this committee has been trying to get signed into laws since I came to Congress 6 years ago. Great work from members of both parties is being left unfinished in this committee and all over this Hill because of the single tweet from an unelected billionaire. That is wrong. That is not how our democracy is supposed to function. I look forward to a time when I can work with my colleagues on the other aisle, on the other side of this aisle, on issues that will truly make life better for the folks who are relying on us every single day to care for their interests. We do a great disservice to them when we hold hearings like this that disparage their ability to live life freely in this country as they deserve. And I yield back.
I thank the gentlelady. I recognize